Good morning, everybody. Orender here with another Friday Night Fights Week tournament. It's week 3 of the Zalt Cup. This is technically like the third time we've started this tournament, so excuse the weird blooperishness of that intro. Either way, tonight we will know who the final 8 competitors are for next week's Grand Championship of the Zalt Cup. Here we see Varius running an ice team versus a mono dark team from his opponent. Your special rules tonight look like this. No 100 cost units, only 1 UR unit allowed. So expect to see some McLeods, some Valentine's Day Soliers right here for the ice team. Expect to see some really spicy, different looking team comps tonight. So a nice chance to show off some of those units that you don't normally see. Now, Aether Smith is taking advantage of new Cookton, the 70 cost Dark Strike unit, who I gotta say, in terms of units in this game, hits way above that 70 cost level. I've been loving her since pulling her on my main account. We'll see what she could do here. She's gonna have to chew through that Nasha on the ice team. Now, McLeod, known for having a lot of really good range, is gonna drop a massive neutralizing lance on the back line right there. Little Leela, the tank for the dark team, is already down. And now Bombardment of Love is going to come out from Valentine's Day Solier. So here we go. We're going to get 7,800 damage on the Cookton. She lives by a hair. And now we'll see if Nasha can take her out. She can. And this ice team is just blitzing Aether Smith's dark team. Here comes a drain zone. So looking for a little bit of healing right there. A little bit of healing does happen. But with that haste, Nasha's already, it's Nasha, already going to get to go again. Then McLeod's going to follow that up. He has 60 AP left. He's not even going to use any. He's just going to do a little poke, and Varius will pick up the win to kick Friday Night Fights off. GG. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here we go. We are loading into our second match. We are going to see, oh look, it's not a surprise. It's Halloween Lucio coming out again, but he might have run into a little bit of an elemental problem as he's squaring off against Wind Element Dario and Wind Element Winter Luartha. Now, Halloween Lucio has been a meta staple for a bit now. He is being covered by the little Leela. I expect to see her all over this tournament tonight as an SR unit, so she qualifies in terms of the rules, and she's one of the units that a ton of people in the game have fully reincarnated. We also get to see a Revelka, magic striking damage user from the fire element. Again, we don't get to see her much, but the power, or the glory, I guess, of these special rule sets is you get to see your Comrals, you get to see your Revelkas, you get to see your Winter Luartha, who it looks like should be in range to do some damage this time. Battering Lance, I said do some damage. I said, dude, she did some damage. That is 2 dead units right there. Dario heals himself for like 100 for some reason. Revelka's gonna look to take him out. She will take him down, but she finds herself in a little bit of a tricky 2v1. Decimator's Oath comes out right there from Comral, and then Winter Luartha, who's not in range, will just do a little bit of Masterful Melody, a good buff for her. And I love the lance choice. There's a very Asian looking, old school Japanese samurai lance looking deal for her. Okay, Comral's gonna go Rising Destruction, gonna hit Revelka's shield for 3,500, and then Luartha, still at 5,900 HP, Binding Javelin over the top, lands the kill, lands the Immobilize, and that's a GG. Nles is gonna pick up the win and move on forward in the bracket. Orender, for our third match of the stream, and probably our 25th match of the day. It's a mere matchup on paper, as you're going to see light versus light with a Mariel in slot 1, but actually very different teams. Ooh, now this could be bad. Cop's Lucio drawn into range immediately, but Orender's Lucio also drawn into range immediately. I doubt either of them calculated this. I don't think it was probably planned by either player to have Lucio immediately go, spend all his AP on an initial turn ability. Now, it is a nice follow-up from Mariel, and you do have a Grace on Cop's team. So Grace will provide some clutch healing here, and Fina will be around to try to do that for Orender's team. It's a bit of a mirror matchup, the only difference being the Fina versus the Grace. Fina gonna go DPS mode, and oh, that's big. Fina is able to snipe down the Lucio while Grace is channeling the heal. Now, had Orender's Lucio still had got a bunch of AP, I would say that might be hard to overcome. But that Lucio is now drained. So Grace, if her AI works like it always has, she will look towards healing up Mariel next before trying to do some kind of like, full life onto Lucio. But if she's allowed to get Lucio back in this fight with a full life, it could turn this fight around again. Now, I gotta say, first of all, though, this some big damage coming out here onto Mariel from the other Mariel, and then Fina's going to heal that up. So Fina goes into support role. I think right here, you're going to see Cop's Grace look for the full life on Lucio. He still has that 1 above his corpse, so he is resable. The res will have a chance to go off. Okay, Mariel for Cop. She's in the doorway looking to do some tanking. She drops the Mind Crusher, lowering the spirit of 2 units. Fina has enough AP or TP to do whatever she wants. Mariel from under the wall, 5,000 damage. This is like DPS Mariel over here. There's the full life onto Lucio. He's back into the fight, so it's a 3v3 again. He only has 17 AP. He's going to use most all of that with his Crescent Break, and then Superior Healing is going to top everybody off. Now it's Grace's turn. She has a low HP Mariel in the doorway. That's where she's going to look. Here's the question. Mariel's going to go, and then Lucio. Can Lucio take her down before this heal comes in? He has 13 AP, so Crescent Break is the play, and he does. He takes her down. So that is a dead Mariel. The Curata will whiff, and now it's back to a 3v2. It's just a different 2 units. There's the Spirit Down Mind Crusher again from Mariel. This Lucio out of AP for Cop, so auto attack for 37-31. It's honestly a really solid auto attack. There's Superior Healing coming in, and it looks like Orender has this fight kind of under control. Here comes the Ashen Shield, so a little hate down buff right there from Lucio, and then he runs and hugs the tank. That's an interesting idea. Grace gonna look to heal herself. Mariel's up next, 1 AP, so she's gonna auto attack for basically nothing, 311. Fina can look to drop some damage. Sparkle Shower from across the wall does not take Grace down, and then Kiraga is gonna come through and put everybody back to full health. Okay, Lucio's turn next, 23 AP now. If he can find huge damage, he could change the fight. He found a little bit of damage, but I would definitely not call it huge. There's the TMR, so no AP restore for the enemy team from Grace's TMR right there, but that's not going to be a big deal. Lucio auto attacks. Mariel gonna summon. Okay, so Mega Flare. We're going to get Bahamut coming out. This is a fight that could go to turns if neither Lucio can generate enough AP to actually start running people over. So we will get the Bahamut animation. Back in the day, War of the Visions used to make animations for their summons, but then they figured out people didn't necessarily care. I do think it's cool though. There's Lucio walking up auto attacking, which will bring Fina up to do a little bit of healing. Grace gonna try to follow up with some either healing or damage of her own. Lucio, Radiant Nova comes out. Okay, does hit both units. We'll see if that's an AoE heal coming out right here from Grace, where she's gonna get herself and Dario, or not Dario, but Lucio. It is. So Grace doing her job at keeping people alive, at rezzing people, but just no damage to get through right here to Orender's team. Okay, Lucio's up, 8,000 HP. He has to just auto attack again. 5 turns left, and it looks like Orender's gonna win just by virtue of having 3 of his units left versus only 2 of Cop's. All right, here comes Grace. She's channeling. We need a kill, and we're not gonna get it. Here comes Grace's heal. So, I mean, that's gonna be like a full HP Lucio at the end of this fight. Well, no, he's not, because he's gonna take this Scintillating Eclipse for 8,100 damage. Oh my goodness. Fina, can you take him down? It's the last turn. Can you just kill somebody? Sparkle Shower, she cannot. Still, Orender will pick up the win on turns. Both teams went with this like defensive, heavy healing, really hard to kill squad. It worked. No one lost until turns ran out, and then Cop lost. So, all right, we're going to watch a little Shoeback versus Tomah here. We're already loading in. So the fight just starting, and oh yes, we get to see those spicy MR, spicy UR units. We have an Elric bro, Alphonse Elric. We see him regularly, but we get a Terra. We have not seen Terra in a bit. A unit that I really like. We see Valade, who you often see during these cost down situations. Mary Luke. I might have never seen Mary Luke in PvP in my whole life, Prove something to me, Mariel. What can you do? And then here's Dario giving that AoE resist to his squad. That's really smart. And then I don't even remember this chick's name. Like, we're going to call her Nun-chan. So Nun-chan comes in and does her little buff. Here's March of the Wolf Princess. So a magic buff coming in there from Valade. Alphonse, 80 AP. He's looking to do some tanking. So he's going to give himself that AoE resist, the slash resist. That'll be helpful against everyone on Tomah's team. There's Meltdown Plus coming in from Terra. It is tanked. And when I say it is tanked, it was real tanked. Like, that thing didn't do anything. She just ate that. Okay, Dario does 35 damage and generates a little bit of aggro. Nun-chan with her brand new fist walks forward but is out of range. Alphonse looking to move in, so Shoeback's tank looking to close the gap. Boulder Blockade, he's not only tanking, he's doing the most damage of anybody. Okay, Valade's up next. I don't think anybody's low enough to trigger any healing here from Valade, but he will just go with Ice Vitalization. Just go ahead and re-up that, give Protect to his team, which will be good. Yeah, somebody reminds me that is Lizette, not Nun-chan, for the Lightning Strike team here. But Nun-chan's pretty good. Okay, Meltdown is starting to do about 2,000 damage. Again, not enough. They're never going to chew through the Alphonse. Now, you might not need to chew through the Alphonse. Like, eventually he will run out of aggro, but in the meantime, Nun-chan, aka Lizette, might have chewed your whole team up and spit them out. Silence Blade comes through. It does not silence anybody. Dario does heal a little bit off the back of that. Here comes Valade looking to do some supporting. He clearly doesn't skip Arm Day. Curata for Dario. Big heal. Dario's back near full. But this is going to be a big AoE attack from Alphonse. He is the tankiest boy in this fight, and he's looking like one of the hardest hitters as well. He's going to use the limit break right here, straight from Full Metal Alchemist. It's going to do about 5,000 damage to Dario. And now Terra's going to have to try to kill some people. Maybe she can hit multiple units. She's going to just melt down again on the Alphonse, who is just standing there like a big rock, unable to be moved. Okay, Dario is finally cut through by the strike team. Mariel gonna look to move in. Divine Healing, giving herself that HP up buff. She has now gone through the door. We'll spin the camera so we can see this side of the doorway. We'll watch this from this angle. Okay, Alphonse up next. Boulder Blockade again. Big damage across the enemy team. Valade gonna look for some healing, I imagine. We'll see what cast time looks like here. Terra's got her work cut out for her. Terra, this is oh no, full life. Okay, good job, Valade. He heals with full life, brings Dario back. Now, Dario's not going to get a turn until both DPS units on the enemy team get a turn, which means he's going to get chained hard. Okay, Terra's up next, 44 AP. Can she kill some of these DPS units? It's over. Like, that was all she could really muster right there. I think that's just a bad sign. Shoeback's team just looks too hard to kill. Alphonse is running low on AP, but kills Dario again with exactly the amount of AP he has left, which opens up Mariel to skip straight to the back line, punch Terra twice straight in the gut, setting Lizette up to move in and buff, because, you know, she couldn't quite walk that far. Okay, Valade's up next. Can Valade prolong this fight with some healing? Give Terra some, like, outside chance? I don't know. He is going to cure her. It does heal a little bit. Terra with only 17 AP left, though. What can she do? She's going to go Magic Buster. I mean, she's chipping at them. If Valade had infinite heals and there was infinite turns, Terra would have a chance at eventually chipping all of them down. However, neither of those things are true. Terra is now dead, and Valade is now also dead, and Shoeback wins. GG, Mariel comes out there and wins her first ever showing. Okay. Cephaloperox. And we're going to get to see Revelka versus Balo. Now, people in chat were really wanting to see some Balo action tonight. This is a guy, if you play during the Balo's phone event, is kind of a monster for an SR unit, and we're going to see him in a mono Earth team with Halloween Lucio and Galzak. Now, Galzak going to provide the supporting here, Balo going to provide the tanking, and Halloween Lucio is going to try and cut everybody down with his axe, maybe find a dodge or two, play a little evade. That is an option for him. All right, we'll spin this camera a little bit, see what they're looking at, because they're taking their time. We could have run into another spectator bug here, which would be unfortunate. Yeah, it does look like we are going to spectator bug here. Oh, nope, we're good. Axeman's buff comes in. Lucio's off to the races. Galzak going to look to do some hasting, and then Balo's going to look to do some, you know, being thick, not dying. I will say, if there's this much of a delay for every one of Siflo's turns, we're going to do something else with our time. Revelka moves forward, Deflagration Blast comes in. Lucio takes a bunch of damage right off the top. Now, Sushi's Lucio, who's also on this team, going to start by giving himself his shield. There's the guard haste coming through for Balo, who's been unable to cover so far. Him being the last turn kind of set his Lucio up for taking some damage. Still, now he's hasted all 14,296 of his HP, but he runs backwards for the Boon of the Lion. I don't know that that's where you want your tank, unless Siflo is setting up here for some kind of like pass-through comp. You do see those work sometimes, where you set your squad up where like you know your DPS units are going to move in, and then eventually the enemy's units will move past your DPS units to the back line. Now, I don't think that's what's happening here, because this map basically always comes down to a bunch of people gathered up near the wall. Here comes the limit break from Lucio. Revelka is dead, so Siflo turned this fight on its head straight away. He got behind early, just based off the fact that his Lucio took damage and his Balo's hug in the back line, but killing the Revelka straight away like that will get him back into this fight. Sushi also has that guy, and there it is. This is kind of what I was talking about. This King of the Dread limit break is going to skip right past Lucio. Now, it might hit it does not hit Galzak. It only hits Balo, and there you get to see Balo's tanking coming through. And now with Lucio for Siflo having haste and Balo having haste, you have a clear speed advantage. Regular Leela goes to sleep, and it's Balo's turn. What can the big man do? He's gonna run up and just do nothing. So Balo has only short range moves turned on, so no like Trinity break coming out for him, nothing special like that. Okay, Galzak, you have some more supporting you need to get done, my friend. What can you do? He's gonna stand there for a second. He's gonna go Law of Invigoration, his second big one of those of the fight. It's Leela's turn, but she's silenced, so she says, if I can't talk, I'm not going to do anything. So she stands there. Mortal Draw comes out. She is going to stand there with a lot less HP now. Here's Lucio, 27 AP, Sleeper Sweep. He does put Balo to sleep, so the big man goes down to take a nap. Here's Galzak coming up, probably another Law of Invigoration right here. Yep, there it is. Balo's going to get healed for 2809. Get the little buff attached to that. And then Leela, who is now unslept with 600 HP, begins channeling a spell and moving forward. Lucio going to wake up Balo with a big axe strike. And now what's Balo going to do? Can he go kill Leela? He hits her for 1,000. He does. She was going to go over there and cast some kind of spell, try and turn this fight on its head. Not today, little girl. You're going to get slapped by the big man, and he takes her down. There's Enduring Formation coming out from one Halloween Lucio. Galzak's turn is going to be next. He is going to probably look to haste somebody right here if he could get in range, or he could look to do that big time Galzak damage. No, he's going to heal. He's just going to give Balo 2,800 HP back. And Siflo's team has just been too hard to kill with the Galzak supporting them and the Revelka just getting sniped. You do have a Lucio who in theory could dodge this out. That was a clutch dodge from him right there. He could look to take out the Balo or the Galzak. He goes for Galzak, does not kill him. So 2 low HP targets for him to choose from on his next turn, but his AP is getting low and Balo just Taunting Bladed. So that Taunting Blade from Balo will give him aggro back, essentially keeping Galzak alive unless he runs real close to Balo right here. And by real close, I mean block the doorway. Law of Alleviation comes out, big AoE heal. And now Lucio with 3 AP could just hit Balo for 1,500, and the Galzak Balo combo is looking unstoppable. Enduring Fortitude comes out, get that defense buff back on your team, and more importantly, generate a little AP for yourself. Galzak going to continue to Galzak here, looking for the heal. Big man Balo just through the doorway. You arc this heal over Lucio and onto Balo's head. There it is. Ta-da, you did it. And now Balo going to look for a little revenge on Lucio. Can you slap him? He drops back for the fall away Taunting Blade. Does not hit him. And now it's Lucio's turn to try. He is going to be behind him, which will help him hit, but he still misses with the Dispel Slam. And man, this is a very, very evasive Lucio for Sushi. He hits Balo pretty hard. Is there hope? With 11 turns left, I don't think so. He would have to find 2 kills in 11 turns. And those 2 kills just aren't there. Galzak's doing too much healing. This Balo's probably taken like 2.5 times his HP and damage. It just has not mattered. Okay, it's Balo's turn. 20 AP is not enough for a Taunting Blade, so he goes for the bash. It misses. And now he's going to get slapped for 1,500. Galzak, don't do it. Don't you dare do it, Galzak. Don't even think about it. You got your healing. He's going to heal. He healed. This Belo's going to end near full HP when it's all said and done. That's crazy. All right, here is Halloween Lucio for Siflo. He's going to look for the cleave. It misses. And I mean, look, Sushi's Lucio is done a ton of damage and has dodged everything, but it just hasn't mattered because the Belo's just been too thick. There's guard haste. It's not, at this point, it's just all taking turns until we're done. We're going to look for the auto attack right here. It's a miss. And then Lucio's probably just going to buff unless he can summon. No, he goes for the auto attack. He could find it, but there was not enough accuracy. That's going to be the fight, and Siflo will win. GG. All right, here we go. Next match. It is to War of the Visions, Friday Night Fights, veterans. Two people that have been in this game for a long time. And we have a little bit of an elemental mismatch maybe coming right here. We've got a lightning team. Okay, it's not a pure water team, at least for Dervis. Cookton bringing out the cloud-based lightning team here versus the Dia Valentine's Day Miranda squad for Dervis. Now, Dervis always likes to say blame Cookton for things, right? And this time he's going to blame Cookton for kind of counterpicking him. Although I don't know if Shootcell ever countered anybody, so we'll have to see. Dia over here looking real good and looking even better with her brand new sword. It's new, technically it's new Dario's sword, but it also buffs Dia. So a nice little addition to the game right there, and a nice little kind of sideways buff for a unit that I've really loved. Now, here comes some haste out from our favorite red mage, oh my gosh. She just hit Dia for like 900% of Dia's health minus an 899. Anyway, she's at 1% HP. Okay, Cloud's going to finish her off with the max damage Braver, and Cloud straight out of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes in and unbirths Dia, which is just a really unfortunate. Shootcell, who's already had his courage pop maybe and his little self heal, is going to go pressure hazard, lands it on the whole back line, and we need some healing from the MVP of cost limited slime. There it is, Hustle Dance. Valentine's Day Miranda back to full HP, but Cloud has haste, Cloud has a sword that's on fire, and Cloud brings out the cross slash, and Valentine's Day Miranda is no more. Cloud is popping off. Okay, here comes red-haired red mage jamming thrust enthusiast, who once again, there's a second name I can't remember tonight. I guess there's just too many characters in the game at this point. I don't know. Or I'm just really tired because it's Friday night at the end of a week on patch day this month, which just sucks. Anyway, Shootcell almost kills Slime, and Shootcell almost doing something is kind of, you know, meta for War of the Visions. Cloud's going to go ahead and come over the top with a 12,000 damage Braver, and Cookton picks up the win versus Dervis with his lightning team, with his Cloud doing maximum damage. GG. And Cookton hoping that the match starts, but then I remember that like there's always a delay on stream, and so even me trying to do that doesn't matter. Either way, here we go. We're loaded in LXD versus Siflo, the big thick Balo and the boys versus Cookton and the girls. Now we're gonna get to see Lizette again, aka Nunchan, with a regular Mama Helena providing support, and then Cookton looking to do the carrying. That physical shield will be good against the Lucio for sure, and then that Balo will still, Balo tries to bring some damage, so we'll probably see some damage coming through from him. There's the physical damage buff coming out from Lizette. Mama Helena ready to beat some people down with that staff of hers. And now the Earth team. There's Axeman's adaptability. Get that shield online for the Lucio and start heading towards the door. Okay, here's Galzak. There's Balo. Balo shrugging his shoulders, bouncing around. Does it look better from this side? Does it look better from this side? Why does Galzak take so long to figure out what he's going to do? All of these questions, you would probably need like Neil deGrasse Tyson in here to answer. Okay, here comes guard haste for Balo, so he's hasted up and ready to go. There's a regular Helena protecting herself. I don't know what she's protected herself against. Something. She's eventually gonna, watch the fight unfold. Balo gets bells off. Now, the last time we watched this Balo team, he was a little strapped for AP the whole match. Him getting bells cast right there isn't a bad adjustment. Like, that will actually help him. Taunting Blade, which is something I know he had turned on in the last fight, is a very expensive AP costing move. If you want him to spend the whole match dropping Taunting Blades, having bells on will help help with that a ton. There's a defense and chain resist buff coming out from Lucio. Here's Lizette. She's gonna probably cast another buff on herself. She's also gonna pop the bells, so no more AP problems for her. There's guard haste onto the Lucio, and haste advantage definitely going to the Earth team right here. Balo's up next, so Siflo's Balo. He's big, he's hasted, and he's dropped his first taunting blade of the fight, so his hate is fully locked in at this point. Now, if Lucio falls for this little bait, I think I'm gonna call it a bait. It's not really a bait. No, he's going for the lightning element unit. He could get in range, so this is a big deal. His limit break is going to target the elemental advantage on the Lizette, and it's going to, oh my goodness. Where's your follow-up attack, Lucio? You needed to tap her. She is at like, I don't know, 5 HP, 6 HP, something like that. It is close to being a kill. Helena's going to step back, begin channeling a spell. Shadowlink's 103 AP. She's got her new claws equipped, giving her that strike resist pin. Willbreaker comes through, 4,000 damage onto the Balo with the follow-up attack for about 1,500 more, and you can see her damage that she can put out. The Curaga does not do much for Lizette, who will probably have to skip past the Lucio and go for the Balo. Drain Rush is dodge, dodge, dodge. She does not skip past the Lucio. She goes for the Drain Rush on Lucio and regrets every second of that as he dodges all 3 hits. Now, it's his turn again. Both units are kind of grouped. I believe they are grouped for just a cross-shaped hit right there. Sleeper Sweep comes through. Lizette dead, and crucially, Cookton not put to sleep. Okay, Balo's turn next. 8,686 HP left, which is about 55 to 60% of his normal pool. He lands the stun on Cookton, and that's gonna buy his whole team, the rest of his team at least, a chance to go before Cookton has a chance to try and finish him off. Okay, here's Mama Helena. What's she gonna do? She's got her church clothes on. She's going to move forward, begin channeling a spell. Lucio might look to send her home from church early. I don't know. He's got his executioner's axe. He's got haste. Dispel Slam. He can't kill her. She's a little bit harder to kill than I anticipated. 4,500 damage, not enough. And she brings out the Curaga, keeping Cookton in this fight. And this girl can hit multiple targets. She has her follow-up attack. She can heal herself. There's a lot of hope left for LXD because this is one of the most powerful units in this match. She almost kills Balo. Now, we've seen this Balo almost dead before. And then this man right here, Galzak, has come through and just topped him off with buffs like this, spells like that, Law of Invigoration. I will say, I'm not sure that put him north of lethal damage from Cookton, but I do think it put him north of lethal damage from Cookton pre her follow-up attack, which is a big deal. Okay, Helena down to 106 HP, so she needs to look for a big play. She's probably going to channel Curaga again. At least I would think that's what the AI would lean towards right here. She is thinking pretty hard about it. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be what that is. Now, Cookton, can you actually take this Balo out? Down, or is the mountain man going to keep? Okay, there it is. He dies. He has re-raise, but does her follow-up attack is it still active? It wouldn't have mattered. His re-raise, I forgot, his re-raise takes him to full HP. Then he dodges the Imperil from Helena. What is happening? Helena looks for the snipe, and it is dodged. Okay, Taunting Blade's going to come out. Balo collects first blood for him and takes Helena down. Galzak's turn next, and nobody's low HP, Galzak. You can do whatever else you want this map. Guard haste for himself, and Balo is looking like the MVP. We are out of AP on Lucio's front, but he can't move next to Cookton, so he is going to get to reapply a buff. I actually think that's to his advantage. Now, can Cookton find something to do here that is going to help a lot? She gets her accuracy knocked down, still finds the shield for Lucio and finds a little bit of damage onto the Balo, but she's going to be strapped for AP for the rest of this fight, and I think it's just over at this point. The guard haste is going to come through for Lucio, and Cookton looked fine, but with 12 turns left, I don't think she has a prayer. Okay, Lucio's up next. He's hasted. He's got his axe. There's a dead lady on the floor in front of him. Vacuum Slash is a guaranteed hit. Cookton is guaranteed dead. And Cephaloporax. Man. Again, I give those pauses so I know where to cut in my editing. Okay, here we go. Now, this match between Sir Mccraine and Maverick is the winner's bracket final. It's technically like the semi-final of the whole tournament because the winner of this is in this tournament's grand finals, which means they make it to the last match with no losses, making the winner of the losers bracket have to beat them twice just for a chance to take them down. We are going to see some really interesting teams right here as well. So we get a wind team versus an earth team. So big elemental advantage to Sir Mccraine's team. However, we have seen how hard it's been to kill Balo today. This time for Maverick, Balo is not bringing the supporter of Galzak along with him. He's bringing another tank in regular Mont. So it like Mont and Balo rolling together is straight from like book 1, chapter 1 of the War of the Vision story. These are original friends looking to team up and take out Kadia, Winter Luartha, and Sorel. Sorel, a very good unit you can go build in the Farplane archive. So let's see what she can do tonight. And then Winter Luartha getting a little bit of run tonight, which you love to see. Before Flagbearer Glassy came out, Winter Luartha was almost like just a watered down version of her a little bit. And then she got, you know, meta lapped by the 100 cost fat Flagbearer Glassy. Okay, Lucio going to start off the damage by doing almost none. That's not a great sign for the Earth team. When your big DPS unit puts, I don't know what, like 5% damage onto the DPS unit for the other team. In fact, Kadia, feeling so sure of herself, walks forward and drops a 3,000 point Shadow Flare onto the enemy Mont. Here's Sorel with Frost Axe, 8,700 damage, and lands the Frostbite. So Mont still has 69 AP in the bag. He will get his Destiny's Cross limit break off. What Cedar? That was great camera work by me right there. Okay, anyway, here's Luartha. She's going to step up next, and she is going to do what? She's going to go with the limit break on Balo. So aggro juggling right here between Balo and Mont does keep the Earth team alive, but for how long? Okay, everybody's group, Lucio. You need to do huge things, and you can't kill Kadia. That's not huge things. Now Balo could look for a Taunting Blade over the top, which he does, and that will kill Kadia. So in a fitting moment for this tournament, what we get right there is Balo showing up to the fight, but then he's immediately taken down. He does get his re-raise popped. I mean, this Earth team is hanging in there. Let's go ahead and spin the camera a little bit. The Earth team is hanging in there, but it's still 2 wind units that they're looking to face. Sorel's going to go Frost Axe. That takes Balo back down to about 40, maybe 35% of his HP. Halloween Lucio could have hit Luartha for, again, next to nothing, and it's Balo's turn. He's got 5364 left. He's going to go Sapping Sword, heal himself for 1200. I mean, that's useful at least. And now Mortal Draw. Hey, hold on. The Earth team staying alive. Can they hit Halloween Lucio, though? Paralyzing Edge will kill Balo. This time he stays down, and it's Sorel Luartha versus Lucio in a 2v1. Sorel finds the damage, 11.8k, and Sorel clutches it out at the last second to take out that Halloween Lucio. It got chippy. That was, for a complete straight up elemental disadvantage, that Earth team put some work in. Either way, that means we're going to get Sir Mccraine moving on here to be in the winners bracket finals, and then we'll have to sort out the losers bracket to see who he faces. Again, if you win, if you actually GG this week 3, you are guaranteed top 8 draft next week. If you lose, it comes down to points, right? So there's 3 auto invites up for grabs somewhere or another. Right? Somebody could win twice, then one of the auto invites goes away. But if you don't have one of those auto invites, you get points for finishing sort of high up, and it all comes down to that. So we'll see. All right, we're loading in. Let's see what we got right here. We got Baby J watching. We've got a lightning team versus a light team. Now, the Revitalize is going to come through for Lucio. So this will be a very different Lucio than what we've seen before. And we're going to get to see Skahal this time, which this is the first Skahal we've seen. That's a bold UR choice. Skahal is a great UR unit. His time in the sun was probably about a year ago. And oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure Mariel just hit him for like 90% of his HP, which is not what you want if you're Skahal. You want to get one shot. If you're going to get chunked, get all the way chunked. His perma courage requires him to get killed from high HP. That basically GG'd this thing. I said that Adol might have had like, you know, maybe no reason to worry about the Marielle team. It turns out he knew what to worry about. I didn't. And that is looking real good. Now Ravis goes down.
Where's
and
PJ?
What?
Where's PJ?
Where's PJ? PJ's right there. PJ's that little slime rocket guy, I guess. There's Zing, so the life comes through, and Ravis comes back into the fight. Now Lucio's back in, and he's going to go Radiant Nova across both units. That's it, and that's a quick one. So GG, Orender picks up the win. Where's who? ZD? Okay, both players are in. So we're going to get to see another Mariel who's been incredibly popular tonight. And then Winter Luartha again. So Winter Luartha showing up all over the place. Two very popular units. I would say right now, again, I will usually pull some kind of what am I trying to say? I'll usually take a thumbnail character from the winning team, but right now, if I had to pick two thumbnail characters, it's probably Mariel and Balo. Still, Cloud, hey, Cloud has looked really good tonight as well. Anyway, it's Cloud shoots out Mariel here versus Comrel, Winter Luartha, and Dario. So we've seen both of these squads already on stream once tonight, and shoots out has been, look, I've given him a hard rap. He's been better than I anticipated. Now, he's not having a great start to this fight, and we'll see if Comrel can get in there and finish him off with a maiming slash. He can't. Shoots out, lives through it, and gets his self-heal online. So, hey, that's big work right there from Shoots out, eating a ton of AP out of both carries on Niddle's team. And Dario now moving in with the Draining Seal to try and do some tanking, keep that squad alive. Cloud, is he in range for Dario? He's not in range for anybody. He's going to drop that haste on himself. That's probably better long-term. And now it Shoots out. He's got the big sword. He's going to go pressure hazard on the Dario, 3,800. Luartha's still with 38 AP, going to look to find some damage. Javelin fall across too. It's big damage. And once again, big damage onto that shoot cell. His self-heal has already popped. And now Comrel at only 6 AP will get a chance to do a buff. He's going to move up and go Decimator's Oath on the Dario. Mariel's turn next. She's going to go step back away from the door a little bit and keep generating aggro for herself. Dario going to look to move in and do a little tanking for his team. Comes up Chicken Blade, Bravery down. I always think that has a chance of like turning somebody into a chicken. I guess technically speaking it does if their bravery was low enough that debuff would take them lower. And now Shoots out gets to make me eat my words if he can kill somebody. Doom Scythe comes out. He kills Dario. But I gotta say, everybody's looking grouped for this Lightning Mariel team. Paralyzed Edge comes out, Mariel goes down. And does Comrel have some kind of like big AoE to turn this 2v2 around? Well, look, if you've played War of the Visions before, you have seen Cloud clutch reflex something towards the end of a fight. And yes, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out yesterday. And yes, Cloud is the main character in that game. And Cloud is having a bit of a rebirth tonight as he clutch reflexes. Shoots out, still can't die. And there we go. The Lightning team, the Cloud team, let's be real, the Shoots out team. Shoots out was the MVP of that fight. He ate both opening round attacks from the enemy, healed himself, and then ate everything else the rest of the day. Turns out he can eat more than Balo, and nobody thought that was possible. Okay, GG. Okay, it's on. Mariel v Mariel. Let's see what kind of teams they're running behind those slot 1 Mariels. On one hand, we're going to get a light team with a support unit. So we get a Lucio as the main DPS with a Fina as like a backup DPS slash support. And I pushed the wrong, I'm sorry guys, I've been messing that up all night. I feel like, I don't know, I need to move those buttons away from each other. Anyway, Sharpshoot comes out on the Mariel. It shoots out Cloud Mariel. So it's a double DPS tank comp. Now that shield right there, the magic shield, not going to do anything against the Lucio. It'll be a little bit effective against the Mariel and Fina if they start looking to do some damage. So we'll see. Fina probably looking to rain a little sparkle shower over the wall right here. Does find shoots out with that, but can it get chained into a kill? This is what the last team was never able to do. And so far, not this one either, because Mariel actually in range earlier than previously, I mean, to start actually tanking, and she's going to just keep building that hate with her taunting spells. Cloud up next. He's going to go momentum, give himself that haste, and I gotta say, it looks like Hada in the early lead here in terms of like momentum, team comps, all of that. Now, you do have a healer on Orender's team, on Brother's team. That can make a huge difference. Like, if no one can pop anybody, if no one can actually like one-shot anybody, the team with the healer oftentimes just wins. But here's your one-shot threat for Hada. It's this Cloud. Shootsel and Mariel were able to do a little bit of damage. Cloud might pop out here and do huge damage. Not huge enough. It was big, and Shootsel's out of AP to be able to chain. Now, Lucio will look for the Mariel, because I believe she still has aggro, so I would expect that's where he goes right here. Could be a limit break. Nope, he goes Radiant Nova, finds them both, and double kills them. So, while I thought momentum, like I was saying, momentum started on the side of the Lightning team. However, the big heals from Fina have, like, absolutely turned this thing around. Remember, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just came out. Cloud has Reflex, and Cloud has lots of AoE. He's got one kill right there on Fina. He still has 25 AP. He needs a Reflex. You'd like one clutch Reflex in this fight might turn it around. He has haste, so he's going to get to lap Mariel at least. What can Lucio do? Will he get Reflexed? Will the stars align, and on the day that Cloud is taking over the Square Enix universe on all of our PS5s and Xboxes and whatever other consoles that thing's on? I'm playing it on PS5 and it's a great game. We'll see. Orender, it's got to be a limit break. It's got to be, or a summon, because we got a lot of lag here. Nope, it's just Crescent Break, and it actually kills him. It's interesting that lagged so much, because it was just like a kill. No Reflex Cloud. I built that up a lot for you to just get like smacked. And there we go. GG. Okay, both players have readied up. We've got Orender, aka Brother of Captain, over on the website, versus Sir Mccraine. Now, Orender, we need you to change your name on no wait, nope, your name's fine, because your name is Brother on Discord, so it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Anyway, the winner of this does move on to the winner's bracket final for this week for that chance for the auto invite to the grand finals next week. Anyhow, it's going to be the Lucio Fina team versus the Sorel Halloween Lucio team. So a lot of AXES versus a lot of light. The Mariel has been a dominating unit tonight. Balo also been a really thick, hard to kill unit. And then Sorel making a way into top 3 at worst is a good showing for her. Halloween Lucio being up here is not a huge surprise. He's been all over Friday Night Fights regardless of the rule set, and there you can see why. Mariale, who has been basically unkillable all night, just got cut in half. Now, that is countered by regular Lucio cutting down the Sorel, turning this right back into a 2v2, and he has a Fina backing him up, where Halloween Lucio just has another tank in Mont. Full Life's going to come through, and now regular Lucio has his tank back. She's back in the game. Not for long, because she's about to die to this. Sleeper Sweep, I lied, she did not die. Apparently that did less damage than his last move. Crucially though, and this is pretty crucial, he does put Fina to sleep. So those clutch heals that we've seen be so big all night are offline until Fina wakes up. Mont is killed, so it's a 1v3, but with Fina down and a sleeper sweep coming across the whole team, oh my gosh, it's so close to killing the Mariel. It's so close. She has 171 HP left. She's going to go with the resist magic buff, which actually does not help her team at all. And then Lucio's going to go Light's Blessing. Wait, they can't hit him? Is he too evasive? Can neither unit actually deal damage to him? If so, it's over, and Halloween Lucio from Maverick is going to carry this thing. No, he can't hit him. He doesn't have enough accuracy. He has to just like mess around until he can summon and hope that summon does 9,800 damage. No shot that any summon is doing that kind of damage to Halloween Lucio. It's GG. Regular Lucio just got outscaled by himself. Auto attack 617. He's being toyed with right now. He's a Halloween unit. It's spooky, scary skeletons, and you can't hit him because you just don't have the accuracy. Boom, he's down to like 1 health, 94 to be exact. He's gonna go Saintly Wall, give himself that shield, but you can't hide from the vampire. 9836 to like 10 on the HP count, and we know this next attack is going to put him down because there was that little bit of lag. 848 damage, and GG. Maverick's Halloween Lucio will take him right back up to the winner's bracket final, and we will get a rematch of the winner's bracket semifinal that we saw earlier with Sir Mccraine versus Maverick. So now you have to ask the question, will Maverick pivot? Does Maverick run the team that just lost here? If so, it could be a one and done kind of thing, and we're just crowning Sir Mccraine the winner of the night. Or does Maverick have another team ready to go? We'll find out. Okay, here we go. This is the final match, or potentially the final match of week 3 of the Zalt Cup. We've got Sir Mccraine versus Maverick. This is actually a rematch of the winners bracket semifinal, where Sir Mccraine handed Maverick his first loss of the day. Now, Maverick has gone to the bench and pulled out a Grifford team right here. Both players running Sorrel, which is really interesting. You didn't see a ton of her early on, but obviously finding a ton of value for these two players. Winter Luartha showing up again, as she kind of has all night. We get a Katia to support for Sir Mccraine's team. We'll see what she can do, and you're going to get a Valade to support for Maverick's team. Now, Grifford is the unit that is different here. He's the unit that Maverick is counting on kind of turning things around for his Axe team. Ice Vitalization comes in. That Protect is going to be useful against both DPS units. For Mccraine's team, Winter Luartha has a ton of HP. 12,000 HP on Winter Luartha is a ton for her. She's going to pop that haste. She is the only unit on the map who is hasted at this time. Haste is all over War of the Visions right now, but in a very limited format like this, where you lose those 100 cost units, all of a sudden the ability to get haste online, especially on a short map like this where you can't reliably cast TMR buffs, we've seen a lot less haste, at least haste that has not been provided by like some dedicated support standing still or something like that. Now that's really interesting. Sir Mccraine Sorrel just cast Store on herself. You almost never see this in auto PvP, but that's Monk sub Store that just got put online, and she received a shield from Katia. That shield from Katia actually probably made it so that she would take less damage, and so her teammate took the first attack instead, and now Grifford's going to limit break both of them, and okay, that is a kill, 1 unit down, and now I want to see what that Store can do for the Sorrel. Can she come out and just put out some massive amount of damage? She's got the buff, right? Like how good is this in PvP? We use it in PvE all the time to hit like certain checkpoints. She's going to get the heal. All right, big damage. Come on, I want to see it, Sir Mccraine. What is Store going to actually bring to this? Not enough. Not enough. It was almost enough. It was 95% of enough, but at the end of the day, it could not quite one-shot somebody. So Grifford's going to mortal draw the Katia after Sorrel hits her. Then we've got, old Valade out here with his big swole biceps, topping the Sorrel back up to 4,400, and now she's going to get another turn. A turn she would not have had if she was dead. It will hit. She'll hit her for just a little bit. Sir Mccraine Sorrel is still alive, looking for the 1v3 right here, but big elemental disadvantage. In this case, 2 ice units versus a wind unit does not feel good. Grifford's got his axe. Sleep Reaver comes out. It did not put her to sleep, except that it did in terms that she got killed. So yeah, that's a win for Maverick, and that means 1 loss apiece. Maverick avenges his earlier loss, and we will go to the final match. Okay, here we go. Final match of the week. We've got Maverick versus Sir Mccraine. Both players with a loss, which means winner take all. Now, notice that Skahal team with 5,300 magic. We got a Skahal, and we got 2 other magic scaling units on that team. It's going to be Naya and Salir, but wait, the big wild card is the regular King Elda. You can only use 1 UR unit, just 1. And Sir Mccraine has gone to the King Elda. Not the new one, the water one that's actually really, really great. It's the physical DPS, piercing, fire, King Elda unit. So he's a tank. Let's see if he can tank up all these mages. I don't know. That Naya is not going to be super effective versus this comp. Like, this is a slashing, piercing team. It's all physical. Naya definitely exists to pop that, reflect on somebody, get that sweet return on the damage, but I don't think anybody saw King Elda coming in. My question is this: can he actually tank this right here, Thundaga Disposer. Yes, he can. 2,700 damage. That is definitely tanking it. Solier's going to try to help Skahal out, but she's going to have to do that magic agility buff first. She's out of range. And now Sorel, Valade, and Elda will get a chance to start closing the gap. We're going to get disrupting axe throw on the Skahal, so he's taken fairly low. Again, you want to chunk Skahal down below 80% or whatever that threshold is before you kill him. That way his auto courage doesn't pop. There's ice vitalization. Get that protect and attack buff off. The protect won't do much. King Elda gonna go void piercer. Oh, it takes Skahal down really low. He has re-raise and he's gonna get the cure. He's still sitting at a very awkward HP amount for him. Solir gonna move in, begin channeling his spell. Crucially, Sorel will go first. Here comes the Divine Thunder Summon from Skahal. We're gonna get the limit break in the finals here. What kind of damage? Multi-hit lightning attack. Yeah, they're tanking it just fine. Like, King Elda is surviving, and with the support on their team to back them up and provide them some heals, maybe it's enough. Frost Axe comes through, does not land any sort of frostbite. There's the flare, so big single target damage attack. He tanks it. He's hanging in there. Okay, Valade, what do you have and what's cast time look like? He steps back, begin channeling. It's gonna be Cura. It'll land on both of them, not for a ton. Naya, same question. What do you have and what does cast time look like? She's channeling. She is not going to get her spell off before King Elda does, and I wonder if that will be the difference. 4,800 HP, 35 AP. He can use any move in his kit, basically. Yeah, because his limit break is a TP move, so he can even use that. Now, he won't. Ooh, the counter comes out, but it's not enough to kill him. He goes with the Vengeful Striking Fist move, full heals himself. Full heal. He's full HP after that, and he killed Solir. Okay, now there is Naya. Naya can look to bring Solir back in. Thundaga Disposer comes out. Sorel will get disposed of with that. So it is still alive for Maverick with that big turnaround Skahal play right there. But King Elda showing up bigly. Big. Okay, Naya, what do you got? She's going to start channeling a spell. Same question, Valade. What do you got? They're both channeling. It's Curata for the Elda, so he's back near full HP. It's full life for the Solir. She's back also near full HP. King Elda is out of AP, so he's at 0. He's going to walk over to Sakal and just poke him for 2,000. That's not going to do it. And at this point, I feel like saying King Elda is significantly behind. Solir's going to go Bolt Surge, find the kill on Valade, and at this point, I am very confident in saying that King Elda is a little bit behind. Skahal going to try to put King Elda out of his misery right here. Let's see, 78 AP. He's already dropped his LB, so it won't be that. And I think this is the kill. Here's Thunder, 9,000 damage. It's the Courage. There's Kiraga Benevolent and the Lightning team. Oh, get him with the auto attack, Solir. Take your stick out and club him across the back. There it is, 163. King Elda killed by the Solir auto attack, and Maverick will pick up the win. GG. Both players go to the bench for the finals. Both players find a really clever team for that match. Turns out the Skahal Solir team was the better one, but not by a ton. So great tournament this week. Next week, make sure you're here for the top 8 finals draft. It is like Friday Night Fights is my favorite stream that I do, but my favorite version of that stream is definitely the top 8 draft. So check it out. I hope to see you all there. Thank you for watching. Peace.